Joining us now is native daughter of Ukraine, proud fighter for Indiana's 5th Congressional District, Congresswoman Victoria Spartz. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
President Zelensky recently called former President Trump, and after that call, top Ukrainian diplomats signaled to his Chinese counterpart this readiness to resume negotiations with Russia. An extraordinary development. This is a shift from years of refusing to negotiate. How will President Trump bring both Ukraine and Russia to the table if he's in office?
Well, unfortunately, President Trump, and hopefully he will become president again, inherited a very difficult situation and failure by President Biden to deter Russia, to advance further, and really slow working the aid and really letting Russia advance further, let Iran advance, let China advance, now having won the Middle East. So it's a very difficult situation. But I think he's the right leader to have this conversation because a lot of, foreign leaders understand that he means business. And when he makes a call, they take it seriously. When he makes a statement, what he's going to do, they take it seriously. And his unpredictability and strengths and having backbone, and he pushed back on Russia more than any other president in recent history. And whether it was President Bush or President Obama, they were weak with Russia. That's where Russia, where they are. So it's a difficult situation,
right.
But he had that strength to deal with that. And I think, he will be dealing with that, and he can, at least, try to get, Russia back on, on defense, not on offense, because right now they're on offense.
Congresswoman, what have you heard from your Ukrainian counterparts? I know you have contacts over there still. I mean, what have you heard from them about this phone call and this seeming shift in kind of acknowledging that Trump may well take the White House?
Well, listen, I'm glad that they're talking because I don't think it was very wise of Ukrainian government to take sides on American politics. If you're a smart foreign government, you should be working with all of the sides because ultimately
right.
We have a varieties of view and both parties represent all Americans, and Americans be very generous with Europeans and Ukraine, and we know, and we have a lot of our domestic issues to deal with, but we also want to make sure that we have strategy, don't have never-ending wars, don't have embarrassment like we had in Afghanistan, and make sure, we have right now millions of lives are destroyed, people are dying, and it costs us a lot of money. The situation is very dire, very difficult situation, so I'm glad there is, they're trying to have conversations, but I think actions only matter, and I think President Trump will be the right one to find a resolution to very, very difficult war and situation there.
Well, speaking of the money, Congresswoman, according to Politico, we are soon, along with the EU, slated to give Ukraine another $50 billion, $50 billion. What do you make of that deal?
Well, I think, what is really the question is, and that is something last NDAA I added in the House version, which passed, and then Senate took us out. We want to know where all of this money are going, which countries and which companies are getting that, because we have all of this grandiose announcement and numbers, but when you go to front lines and see what's happening on the ground, when you see, on lack of humanitarian aid and all this UN organization not even being anywhere, whether it's there or Middle East or Africa. So that's what is asking questions, why we continue giving this money, but who is getting that? Why some of the Ukrainian aid went to Yemen, to Houthis in Yemen that now, attacking American ships. So I think there's a lot of questions, and I hope Senate is going to be with us this time and actually be willing to support this amendment so we can see what's happening, because we're creating a lot of slush funds with no strategy, and that is bad for us and also bad for the conflicts and the people that are dying in these conflicts.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.